Welcome back to the third lecture of the polynomial, right? Today we will be seeing the important concepts which will be helpful in solving the exercise 2.3. So there is only one concept in this exercise, that is remainder theorem. Remainder theorem. What do we mean by a remainder theorem? So remainder theorem, right? It is a method. It is a method to divide polynomials, right? You already know the traditional divisions, right? If you are given such type of the numbers, let's say 6 divided by the 4, so you can easily carry out that division this way. 4 ones are 4 and remainder is 2, right? But what about the polynomials? Polynomials involves x, right? Linear polynomials, quadratic polynomials, cubic polynomials. How will you carry out their division? So their division is carried out with the help of the remainder theorem. Let us see the statement of this remainder theorem. What is the statement of this remainder theorem? It states that if p of x is a polynomial, it can be any polynomial, right? It can be either linear, it can be quadratic, it can be also cubic. We have in our syllabus linear and quadratic. Cubic we don't study. So if p of x is a polynomial, then and is divided by x minus a. If you divide this polynomial with the x minus a, right? What is a? A can be any real number. It is any number you take. So when the polynomial is divided by x minus a, then remainder will be p of a. That is what the statement of the remainder theorem is, that if p of x is any polynomial, if this polynomial you divide by x minus a, how will you find out the remainder? The remainder can be found out by finding p of a, which we have seen already in the exercise 2.2, how to find p of a, right? So let us start with some questions to understand the remainder theorem, right? So the first question I have is divide p of x by g of x. Divide p of x by g of x. The value of p of x is given as x plus 3x square minus 1, and g of x, its value is given as 1 plus x. How do we do division? So one is using a remainder theorem and other one is a long division method. So first we will use a long division method to solve these questions. You should also know the long division method. So let us carry out the long division, right? So if we start, x plus 1 divided by, you will write in the decreasing order of powers. So highest power will be written first, then the smallest, and then the constant term, right? Now if you carry out division, you see the first term x. What will you multiply with the x to get 3x square? To carry out this division, you see the first term. What will you multiply with this first term to get 3x square? So I will multiply with the 3x, right? Carry out the multiplication, 3x square. With 1 also when you multiply, it will give me 3x. Now minus sign, this will give me 0. Here it will remain minus 2x minus 1. What will you multiply with the x to get minus 2x? I will multiply with the minus 2. So minus 2 into x will give me minus 2x minus 2. So this one plus plus, this will be 0 and this will remain, there is 1. So what is the answer? Remainder is plus 1, right? So now let us use remainder theorem to find out this division, right? Using remainder theorem. What does remainder theorem states? It states that if p of x is divided by x minus a, then p of a is a remainder. So let us use this theorem. So what will we do? We know that p of x is divided by g of x, right? So what is g of x? 1 plus x. Equate it with the 0. What do I get? X equal to minus 1. Now in p of x, I will find p of minus 1. What will be the p of minus 1? So minus 1 plus 3 into minus 1 square minus 1. So this will give me minus 1 plus 3 minus 1. So minus 2 plus 3, it will give me 1. See, I got the remainder. Easy. This method is quite easy rather than using a long division method, right? So that is how the remainder theorem works, right? G of x, here G of x, it is called as a divisor. G of x is a divisor. P of x is a dividend. These terms you must understand, right? This is a divisor. This is dividend. This is quotient, and this is the remainder, right? So whatever divisor you have, that divisor first you will equate it with the 0. You will find out some value. This value you will substitute in the polynomial to find out the remainder, right? Let us look at the another question. Next question I have is divide 3x to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 by x minus 1, right? So again, first we'll use a long division method, right? So let us start using a long division method. X minus 1, 3x 4, 4x cube minus 3x minus 1, right? So again, take the first term of the divisor and the first term of the dividend. What will you multiply with the x to get 3x to the power 4, right? So I will multiply it with the 3x cube, correct? So now multiply. So it will give me 3x 4 and minus 1 into 3x cube is minus 3x cube. So this will sign changing. This will give me 0. This will give me minus 4 and plus 3. So minus x cube. Bring down the other terms, right? Now what will you multiply with the x to get minus x cube? I will multiply with the minus x square. So multiply plus x square, correct? Now this will change the sign. Here I will get 0. This cannot be subtracted because these are two different terms. These are unlike terms, right? Power of x is 1 and here power of x is 2. So these are unlike terms. So here you cannot carry out this subtraction. So write down x square minus 3x minus 1, correct? So now what will you multiply with the x to get minus x square? I will multiply with the minus x. So multiply minus x square minus 1 into minus x is plus x. Sign changing. This will be 0. These are again like terms, so you can carry out. Both are negative, so it will be addition minus 4x minus 1, correct? Now with x, what will you multiply to get minus 4x? I will multiply minus 4. So minus 4x plus 4. Sign changing. So this will become 0. This will give me minus 5. So what is the remainder? Remainder is minus 5, right? Answer you can also write down in this format. Answer also you can write down in this format. The format is you can also write down the answer in this format. You can also write down the answer in this format. What format? Dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, right? This is how you write down your answer. This is nothing but similar to the Euclid's method of writing the number. So let us write down the answer in this format. So 3x to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 is equals to x minus 1 into 3x cube minus x square minus x minus 4 plus minus 5. So you will just write down here minus 5. Right? Now let us carry out the same division with the help of the remainder method. So let us use remainder theorem. So using remainder theorem, how will it work out? So we know that we'll simply have to equate divisor with the 0. First step, equating divisor with the 0. So I'll get some value. This value I will put it into the polynomial. So what is the polynomial? Polynomial given to me is, let me say that p of x is the polynomial. If in case it is not specified, you can give the notation 3x4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1. So p of 1 will be 3 into 1 to the power 4, 1 to the power 3 into 1 minus 1. So 3 minus 4 minus 3 minus 1. Right? So 3, 4 and 3 is 7, 7 plus 1 8, so minus 8. So this will give me minus 5. So see, simple. So yes, remainder theorem is very simple. Next question we have, third one, find remainder. Find remainder when p of x equal to x cube plus 1, right, is divided by x plus 1. Correct? So what will we do? Carry out long division method or do remainder theorem? We'll again do both of them, right? So let us start using a long division method. X cube plus 1. Again, first term of the divisor and the first term of the dividend. What will you multiply with the x to get x cube? X square, right? So x cube, and here you will get x square. Minus minus, this will get cancelled, 0. These are not like terms, so write down as it is. What will you multiply with the x to get minus x square? Minus x. So this will give me minus x square minus x. Changing the sign, this will again become 0. These are again not like terms, so write down as it is. What will you multiply with the x to get x? I will multiply with the 1. So 1, if you multiply, you will get x plus 1. Changing the signs, remainder is 0. Right? Even if you carry out the remainder method, you will get remainder as a 0. So now when I get remainder as a 0, right, so how can I write down my question in this format? X cube plus 1, it can be written as x plus 1 into x square minus x plus 1, right? What do we mean by this? This means that x plus 1 is a x plus 1 and x square minus x plus 1. These both are factors of x cube plus 1. Please see this. In cases when you get remainder 0, this conclusion you can make that x plus 1 and x square minus x plus 1, these are the factors of the x cube plus 1, right? Let us see some more sums. So let us take some questions from exercise 2.3, right? First question, find remainder. Question number 1 is find remainder when x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 is divided by x plus 1. So what you will do? You have an option, either carry out long division or use a remainder theorem, because nothing is specified in the question, right? I will use remainder theorem. So using remainder theorem, right? The first thing is the divisor. This is the divisor, so divisor has to be equated with the 0. X will give me -1. Then next step will be, I have this polynomial of the degree 3. This is a cubic equation, so substitute -1, so -1 cube plus 3 into -1 square plus 3 into -1 plus 1. Simplify, this will give me -1 plus 3 minus 3 plus 1, so this will give me 0. Simple. So we can write down remainder is 0. Also, as I showed you, right, in this format also you can write down that dividend is equals to divisor, right, into divisor into quotient. We don't have here quotient, so to find out the quotient we'll have to carry out the long division method. Let us carry out the long division method. So x plus 1 when divided by the x cube plus 3x square plus 3x minus 1. This is not the part of solution, this is just for some extra information I am showing you. As per the question, answer is completed. But if we are asked to find out the factors, right, if the question is find the factors of this, so this is how you can carry out. X has to be multiplied with the x square, so you will get x cube plus x square 0, right, like term, so this will give me 2x square plus 3x minus 1. What will you multiply with the x? You will multiply with the 2x, so this will give me 2x square plus 2x, changing the sign, this will give me x minus 1. Then what will you multiply here? This will give me yes, x this is plus 1, right? So what will you multiply? Now we will multiply with the 1, so x 1s are x and plus 1 0. So now you can place in that position x square plus 2x plus 1, and these are nothing but factors of this polynomial, right? Then we have question number 2, find remainder when. Again you can carry out the remainder theorem. Check whether 7 plus 3x is a factor of. Question number 3 we will take. Question number 3 it says that check whether check whether 3x plus 7 is a factor of 3x plus 7 is a factor of 3x cube plus 7x. How do we check? So we know that if this is a factor, then the remainder must be 0. So equating the divisor with the 0, this will be the divisor, because if we divide, then remainder must come 0 for this to be a factor. So equating with the 0, minus 7 by 3, right? Now let us put the value in the given polynomial p of minus 7 by 3. This will give me 3 into minus 7 upon 3 whole square plus 7 into minus 7 upon 3. Simplify, this will make 3 into 49 upon 9, and this will give me minus 49 upon 3. So 3 3s are 9, 49 upon 3 minus 49 upon 3, that is 0. So we can write down, yes, 3x plus 7 is a factor, and if you want to find out factors, carry out long division. This is one of the factor, then other factor also you will find out, right? You can find out if you carry out long division. So this is one of the factor. Let us find out another factor also. So we'll carry out a long division method, right? Let us carry out long division method. So 3x plus 7 divided by 3x square plus 7x. What will you multiply here? X. So 3x square plus 7x minus minus o, so only x. So hence you can write down that 3x square plus 7x is equals to 3x plus 7 into x. So these are the factors. These are the factors of given polynomial, right? Next exercise, this was all about the remainder. Using the remainder theorem, we can make sure whether the given divisor is a factor or not, right? Listen once again. With the help of the remainder, we can conclude whether the given divisor is factor or not. If the remainder is 0, then yes, divisor is a factor. How to find out more factors? To find out more factors, long division has to be used. Two things has to be kept in mind from this exercise. First thing, if the remainder is 0, then divisor is a factor. If remainder is a 0, then divisor is a factor. To find out, second thing, to find out more factors, you carry out long division method, right?